But our Mrs. Walsh is the kind of friend who is willing to come and sit with you on the end of a hospital bed while your child might be in the hospital with croup, or just not feeling well in general. She's the kind of friend who will celebrate a birthday with you, the birth of a child, a wedding, any of those little things. And one of the things that I think people will always cherish about our Mrs. Walsh is that those little unexpected cards that show up in a mailbox or on somebody's desk, just telling you thank you, and showing her appreciation for everyone else around her. And so this morning, we just wanted to make sure that she knew how much we appreciate her. So, Mrs. Walsh, we're going to keep this brief because that would only be Mrs. Walsh's style. We're not going to overthink this, we're not going to go on and on, but we do want to make this about you for just a little while this morning. So, each of our grade level, our students here have prepared something for you. So I'd like to call up our kindergarten students.
My favorite memory of Milton is Mrs. Walsh. My favorite memory is when I first came in, Miss Walsh called me Wild Woman.
Wild woman.
My favorite Milton memory is when she first came into our classroom. My favorite memory of Milton is when Mrs. Walsh came to see the community. My favorite memory is when I first came in school and met Miss Walsh. We love Mrs. Walsh. My favorite memory is seeing my friends.
Thank you, kindergarten. And our first graders.
Hold it down for take a picture. We'll take them, so hold it down. There you go.
Dear Miss Walsh, you are the best. A better principal than the rest. We love you for all that you do, like planning Milton Funding and the Diamond Petting Zoo. We will miss you so much next year with that smile, beauty, and all your cheer. You are the greatest ever, and just like Milton, we will forget you never. Love, first grade. Why? Miss Walsh is the best principal ever because she lets us do really fun things. She lets us go on fun field trips like when we went to Bear Mountain in the Barganon Theater. We're really glad she says it's okay that we could go. Miss Walsh is the best because she keeps us safe. She makes us practice our safety drills lots of times so that we know what to do if something real happened. It is a good feeling to know that we are safe. Did you know she even gets us nice things? She got us a new and bigger playground to play on. We love to swing on the monkey bars and spin on the tire swing. She even gave us ice cream one time because we were being a great class in the library. How cool is that? Miss Walsh lets us have fun assemblies like the pirate and mad science assemblies. They were extremely fun. The last reason why we had the best principal is because she wears really fancy high heels every day. Miss Walsh is so blissful and amazing at what she does. We really do have the best principal ever, don't you think? Queen Miss Walsh and her magical kingdom. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful golden-haired principal named Miss Walsh. She was the queen of magical Milton Elementary School. Every day, she entered each classroom riding on her golden chariot pulled by a black and orange horse, a unicorn named Duke. All the students at Magical Milton Elementary School admired the beauty and wisdom of the enchanted queen. As she passed, she would sprinkle pixie dust on each student so they would grow healthy, independent, and intelligent, but in their own special way. Throughout her reign over Magical Milton Elementary School, Queen Miss Walsh used her powers to create a mystical playground, field days, field trips, and many other exciting events for the people of her kingdom. She never boasted or bragged to other kings and queens, but she always loved and cared for the kingdom with all of her heart. Because of this, all her days and years at Magical Milton Elementary School were a blissful adventure. Although not all kingdoms can reign forever, Magical Milton Elementary School will live on in the hearts of Queen Miss Walsh and her students forever. Miss Walsh will ever be touched by her students, and she will be pulled by the spirit of Duke as she rides on her golden chariot off into the sunset, where she will live happily ever after. The end.
Faculty, everybody here in Milton that makes this such a beautiful family and such a wonderful place to come to work to every day. We have been planning this little secret for a few weeks, and I didn't really want to overwhelm anybody with everything else that we have going on and packing up and ending our year here in Milton. So I just want to thank you all so much for the time that you put into this and to helping me pull this off this morning. I'm going to share a little something for Mrs. Walsh, but before I do have one other thing that I want to present to you from the students, and I really want to thank Mrs. Alfonso and Mrs. Gibney for helping me to put this together, and for all the teachers taking the time out as well. Hannah, would you come up, honey? You want to bring this to Mrs. Walsh? And it says, "Because we knew you, we are forever changed." And this is a handprint from every student at Milton Elementary School. And I have one final thing to share for our Mrs. Walsh, and then we can go back to class. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, and all you have rewritten mine by being my friend, like a ship born from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And so we know the truth, you are the reason. It's all about these little ones. But then again, we've always known that here we are grateful for all that you have done. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because we knew you, because we knew you, because we knew you, we have been changed for good. We love you, Mrs. Walsh. We love you, Mrs. Walsh. And one last gift for you.
I used to think Marissa was skinny. Really skinny. Her daughter.
Thank you all again so much. Thank you.